And here we are for the Portuguese formation lap. What a great race we're hopefully in for. I know I'm looking forward to it. Are you guys looking forward to it? Are you looking forward to it, Preston?
I am. It's a dry race, so we get to see the real pace of the Alpine round here. But obviously with a couple of spins from George, it might have shaken his confidence a little bit. But we'll have to see, won't we?
Very true. As you say, it's a dry race, unfortunately. I was hoping to see a wet race, to be fair, after quali, but we're not that fortunate.
Unfortunately not.
But George does start in P5 here. Not a brilliant qualifying for him. Not one of his best ones. Is it the rain that mainly affected him, do we think, or?
Yeah. I think he's obviously got a different setup to everyone else. So when it comes to rain, he just sort of struggles for traction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just, and then obviously a couple of spins probably shook his confidence a little bit, and he just had to put something together at least to avoid being, what was it, P14 that he was almost finishing.
Fair enough, fair enough. Just of note very quickly, a few different strategies going on here today. George and Harry on the hards, Charlie and Peter on the mediums, and then wild card is Callum going on the softs.
Yeah, he's probably thinking of trying to get a good start, trying to build the pace from the start, and then trying to stretch out the tyres towards the end.
Would you personally, as a driver, go for that?
I tend to prefer the longer tyres first, but only because I can then have the quicker tyres at the end. But obviously every driver's their own, so.
Very true, very true. Just of note, Evan has said bad decision from CK. Me personally would have used the Inters.
Very wise.
Oh, you gotta love having a Twitch chat whilst doing a DFL upload. It's just comedy gold, ain't it? Adds to the video. Oh god. But now the drivers are lining back up, people, and you have me on your start, on your lights out here today. How lucky are you all lot? Hey, I know you're probably wishing you had Preston, but you got him at the end, so you've got to wait around. But people, it is 3, 4 and a 5 red lights, and it is lights out. And away we go for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And Callum gets a brilliant start up to P3 now. No other changes. No, Callum goes up to P2.
Yeah, that's that softs coming into play for you there.
That is, you have to say, a brilliant start. I believe George is now trying to attack Harry. Nothing going on there. A yellow sector one already. This is going to be a brilliant race if we already have a yellow flag. But potentially George going for an overtake on the on the inside of Harry. That is the inside, but wasn't lucky enough to do it.
Yeah, Callum's looking for a move on Peter.
This could be the redemption start he would get from, of course, a restart in France.
Yeah, he did have a good restart in France, but unfortunately we had to restart the entire race that day. But he's here to try and recover it.
Exactly. That's what we like. But now, Charlie piling pressure on Callum. Could not make it past him. Could not get round him. As we are about to start lap 2. No DRS activated yet. But Peter now completely chucked Callum out of DRS range when it does come on lap 3.
Yeah, that third sector he seems to have just fallen off a little bit. But he's not far off DRS and slightly in it now.
So potentially Peter faster on the straights, but Callum faster in the corner. Oh!
That's Charlie.
What the hell's happened? Did he spin or?
He must have done unless there was contact with his teammate. I think it was first corner, so I think, yeah, it probably was likely he spun, but don't rule out any contact in case there was.
Very true. We'll of course hear it later and let you all know in the future what the steward decision is. But we're going to put him in the DFL Discord now, so go check that out. Go join it. Why not? But now that leaves George with an empty space to fill in with Sebastian Vettel in his way. And I say an empty space because let's be honest, AIs absolutely pose no threat whatsoever.
They don't, but there is a decent gap building between Harry and Sebastian Vettel, so George is going to have to make up that gap.
That is very true, and if George does manage to get past Harry, he then has the gap to build on Callum. But Callum sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.253. Brilliant work by Callum, I must say.
Yeah, he's not quite given up on Peter yet. He's still fighting for that DRS. I think once he gets it, though, he should be able to maintain it until his tyres drop off.
Very true. That's also something you have to take into account. Even if he gets past, can he build a big enough gap for if he pits, he doesn't suffer loads and loads of time loss of time?
I think he's probably still going to suffer with AIs trying to get past them, just because softs probably won't last long around here. So yeah, he's going to be quick now, but he's going to suffer probably from the pits later on.
Good old our expert Evan reckons he'll be pitting lap 14. Well, we'll have to see, Evan, won't we? But that'll definitely take the tyres up to 100%. We'll say that. But George, now within DRS range of Sebastian Vettel, could be getting him on this straight coming up. It is very possible, but who knows?
Yeah, Campos had just slipped out of the DRS. So that's a bit unfortunate for him.
But Peter is looking like the faster car right now, so could be building that gap.
Yeah, you can see on the, if you've got the full track, yeah you do, the gap where Harry is, he's sort of driving a race of his own at the moment, just because of the gap behind and the gap ahead.
Yeah, he's sometimes it's nice for drivers to have that though, a bit of peace and quiet until the chaos kicks off for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Which you would have experienced a lot, I bet.
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of chaos over the years. Or seasons, should I say, not years.
Of course. But Charlie, of note, is up to P13 now. A brilliant recovery so far.
Yeah, he's going to be looking just to be damage limitation at this point. What tyres is he on? Is he on the...
He's on mediums.
Mediums, so okay, so slightly unfortunate. If it was hard, it might slightly been easier. Yeah, he's just going to try and get through as many AIs as he can now, so when he does come to box, he's in a more optimum position. Very true,
but whether the AIs are so closely compacted when he does pit, which I doubt it, but the possibility is there, could mean he goes down nonetheless.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I still think he'll drop quite a few places, but if he can stretch out to when the AI box, he could probably box like a lap or two later than the AI and sort of build that gap from what they've boxed themselves.
Very true. But if we head back up for a minute, George has overtaken the Aston Martin of Sebastian Vettel, now up to a P4 position. He'll definitely be loving that.
Yeah, he's still got that gap to Harry though. It was like 2.2 to 2.5 before, wasn't it? So hasn't quite got the speed to catch up with Harry. But yeah, Callum's also sort of dropped off Peter. But I wouldn't even say dropped off, to be honest. I think Peter's just faster than him because he's not really losing time to Harry, so he's not really dropping off as such. But yeah, he's not really got the pace to keep up with Peter.
Very true. I mean, right now, as we speak, Callum is just ahead of Peter, with Callum being third in the championship, but that's only by 3 points. If Peter wins and Callum gets second, Peter still overtakes him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that would count to any position, unless it's like fourth and fifth, isn't it? Something like
that? Yes, because fourth is on 12 and fifth has 10. So, 10, yeah. So Be only 10 points.
Unless if Peter finishes higher than 4th, then yeah, he's going to take it.
Well, Peter will definitely be trying to hold out. Will this be another Alpine masterclass from Peter today, potentially George as well? Because we can see George is closing that gap. Of course, we want to see the other competitors actually do well, but we can't stop the Alpines these days, can we?
Yeah, they're just so dominant when it comes to a dry race. Also, when you saw the wet conditions, they do struggle, but yeah, can't always get them.
Can't always be that lucky. But I'd say the 4 of the top guys right now are just in a race of their own. Of course, Charlie's still overtaking the AI. He's currently in P10 now, looking for the overtake on Carlos Sainz in P9. Has a 0.2 second gap right behind him. But I'm sure he'll get that overtake done in no time. But yeah, the top 4 right now are just racing their own race.
Yeah, they're all sort of keeping the gap, except probably Peter is probably extending it. But apart from that, yeah, the top 4 are all just sort of driving a lonely race against Callum.
Oh no! That shoved him down to a P4 position. Potentially Sebastian Vettel going to come back. No damage though on his wings. That's something.
No, I think he must have just spun on the first corner, but that's not good news. He really needed that gap so he could box, but he's now lost it on that one corner.
Whether he can make up that time, I believe in him. But we'll have to see. I mean, it is George. We know that George is so fast-paced, he's impossible to catch up these days.
Well, just think, we're, 1.9, 1.8 seconds away from being an Alpine 1-2 again. Considering what we had George at P5, Peter P1, and we're already lap 7, nearly at P1 and 2 already.
Very true. I'm not sure if you're seeing, but I'm just loving this Twitch chat. Charlie saying a P45 on its way to Callum, and then Evan's saying, "The hell happened? I went to the toilet and came back and he's 4th. What a sinker!"
Yeah, he's had a mare, to be fair. He's gone into box now. It's more sensible idea, to be fair. And he's got a 5-second penalty.
Oh, it just gets worse for him, don't it? I shouldn't be laughing at his defence, I feel so bad. But Evan and Charlie are just making me laugh. Oh my god. He's now down to P17, P18. Will it be a P19? I don't think so, because Joe Guay... Oh, it is a P19! P20 now! This really has been the worst day for Callum.
P20, and he's still got the penalty? Yeah, he does.
Oh god. It's not gone his way at all in the early stages, has it?
He's on mediums as well.
Is this
you have the box again?
A 2-stop strategy?
It's got to be, surely.
Is this a wise decision?
I'm not too sure. I'm not quite familiar with this track, whether it's best to do 1-stop or 2-stop, but...
Well, we shall. I mean, Charlie's saying it's a bad idea, but we'll have to see what happens. But just jumping up slightly, what a recovery by Charlie, up to P6 now.
Oh, that's George.
What the hell happened?
George had a little slip up there, and he's lost time. He caught it nicely, so he didn't actually end up like Callum. But yeah, he's lost time now.
Could this be the site of potentially George struggling at this track and not an Alpine 1-2 today?
Hopefully not, just to keep it more competitive in the league, but you never know, with his pace he could easily come back.
Very true, very true. But Harry now comfortably in P2. He must be loving this, because he's just had such an easy race this whole time.
Yeah, he hasn't really had too much to worry about, has he?
Not at all. It's probably the best race of his life. Apart from probably... Well, I don't think he's had such an easy race before. Actually, no. Monaco season 1, where he decided to bin it out of rage at the last second. I'd say that was his easiest race, but here we are. Who knows? But Callum making up some time slowly, got it down to a 3-second gap. Not 3 second. Lost 3 seconds off the 5-second gap he had. Now, so showing that he is building back up very slowly. And I'm sure Charlie and Evan will be proven wrong very soon when Callum does climb up eventually. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But Charlie maybe looking for an overtake on Yuki Tsunoda here on the Alpine. Could he get up to P5?
Yeah, he will. We'll get past the AIs. It's DRS now, so you should just be able to move to the side of him and get the move done.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the outside of Yuki Tsunoda.
That'll be the inside, but yeah.
But it's on the outside because it's facing outward. Surely the inside would have been on the... You get what I mean?
Yeah, the inside of the track. So any move that's towards the internal part of the track, so you will see the track is you end up going round it like a circuit. Anything inside the circuit, it's the inside.
I thought I had this cracked,
Anything
but clearly not. Clearly I'm still struggling. I don't know how.
On the inside of the circuit.
Yeah. How am
So
I...
on the internal part.
How am I still struggling when this is my 4th season commentating? This is why this series needs to change to me not commentating to guys who actually know F1 like you. If only we had
Charlie.
Shut up. If only we had a different way of recording. But until then, you're all stuck with me, so shush. 22 laps remaining, and what a time it is for Harry, who is just sailing away as per usual. The guys all separated, Charlie up to P4, and Callum climbs back up to P14. He's on his redemption arc. Will it be useful? Who knows?
He is, but I do want to point out that a fair few of them have boxed themselves, so he's still got a long way to go before he makes some proper places to get into the points again.
That's so true. I mean, the 2-stop could slightly work because he'll be on the new tyres, whatever tyres he chooses to go for, maybe another set of mediums, who knows. Whilst everyone else will be on the whole, on their old tyres, won't they? So,
yeah, but the problem is when you're considering a 2-stop is that the time lost in the pits, which is normally about like 24 seconds, something like that on average, it's different per track. But you just got to think, if he puts on his new tyres, is he gaining back 24 seconds? That's what you've got to sort of consider when you do a 2-stop, because everyone else will do 1-stop, and also you'll gain the extra 24 seconds from pitting a second time.
Fair enough, fair enough. We'll have to see whether he's made the right decision today or not. Whether he might have made the biggest mistake he could make. He might have come up with the most genius idea he could have had. It's two ends of a stick.
Again, but as we said,
yeah,
Evans got his savings on him, so hopefully.
With this whole 2-stop idea, there's no middle point where it sort of succeeds either way. It's either it completely and utterly fails, or it perfectly works out.
Yeah, exactly that. A safety car would benefit Callum massively. He could then pull off this 2-stop to perfection because he wouldn't lose any time, or at least he wouldn't lose a lot of time. Ineffectively, you basically get a free stop when there's a safety car.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But people, we are going to take a look up. It's still a Sector 1. What is going on? That's the Lance Stroll DNF.
Sorry, I just saw what Charlie said.
What did he say? See, the problem is he'd be the cause of a safety car, so... Can you not pick on anyone else, you two? Is it just Callum? Is this how it is? Oh my god. But nonetheless, Aston Martin has DNF'd, an unlucky time for Lance Stroll for sure. But it's that point of a race again, isn't it, Preston, where no overtakes are happening, and it's not boring as such, but it's kind of, you know,
Yeah.
getting
It's just sort of a bit like Portugal is, to be honest. It's not really. Obviously, it's just about survival and trying not to spin. Basically, is what most drivers go into it with, and then you sort of come out with an outcome where Peter's 12.7 seconds clear of Harry. And you can't really do much about
uh, yeah, you had it wrong. Merrick's now 13 seconds.
that. Exactly, it's just growing.
Yeah. And we still got 19 laps of this, by my calculations, if I'm correct there, which I believe I am.
I think that's raining, you know?
Oh, please. Please spice this up. I don't see any rain. No, wait.
Go on board and you can see this splats of rain. It's starting to rain.
Actually, no, you're not wrong. Oh, how this has just changed up. Welcome to the DFL, people, where it can change up just like that. This is why you want to check things out, and it's just made me even more excited. I'm sure it's made Preston even more excited. So why the hell wouldn't you want to be here?
It's probably not quite it, but you can see some drivers struggling. It's starting to lose a little bit of grip, but it's not quite wet tyres yet. There's DRS and disabled, so yeah, maybe it's starting to get there.
Oh. Evan said, I'll call CK and tell him it's raining considering he's clearly driving blind. I feel bad for Callum, you know. It was his idea to live stream his races and now he's just getting roasted.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have had a stinker then. Yeah, everyone coming to box now, by the way. It's probably into weathers. Once it's full. Oh, there's George with 5 seconds himself. Didn't slow down enough.
This could change things up, then. This could really...
Yeah, it's inters. Although it's looking quite heavy still, so maybe... Nah, I think I'll be fine for inters anyway.
I mean, we'll wait and see now. Charlie dropped down to P5 now. George Russell overtaking him. But will anybody else? I think George has gone to P4, but he was P4 already, wasn't he? So that hasn't changed.
No, he's... Yeah. No, was he? I thought it was P3.
He might be in P3.
No, because he spun, didn't he? Or
yes.
whatever it was again.
Yes, I think you're right. Oh!
Oh!
What?
George has just smacked into the back of George and lost his safety car.
Yeah, the most unluckiest thing happened though. The fact is Callum's now pitting so he can take full advantage of his safety car. But George, Charlie, Harry and Peter have just pitted laps before. And now George...
Yeah, I don't think anyone misses out though, if I'm being honest, because Alan still comes out in the same position he was.
And George is now going to have to pit, which will take him down even more.
And plus the 5 seconds he got in the pits.
My mind is blown. It's all happening at once.
When he goes to change his front wing, you have to serve another 5 seconds, as well as a change of wing in the pits.
That will be at least a 40-second wait.
I'd say probably, yeah, they're probably like
35.
30, yeah, something close to 35, yeah.
I mean, here he goes into pits now.
Evan the mastermind.
Yeah, you see, this is why you should be a strategist for Callum, because you'd actually get it right, Evan. Yeah, see, 7 5-second penalty now, which will drop him down to P6. Now a wing change as well, as you say, which will take him even longer. Now down to a P9. Could it be even
those
further?
3 cars will go past.
P10, P11, P12.
And will he get it out in time?
I don't think he
I
will.
think he will. Oh, no, he won't. He won't.
That's the P13. And he has Callum right behind him.
In front of Callum.
What a battle this is going to be.
Callum overtakes someone.
But ram him, see.
Yeah, just to go back to what actually was the cause of safety car. It was going down that DRS straight just at the end of sector 1, and George, don't know what it was, maybe he just couldn't slow down, or maybe the AI slowed down too early, but yeah, he just went straight into the back of him and lost his wing clean off.
Ah.
I don't know if that was whose fault that really was in that situation. I just caught the last end of it as he hit into him. But yeah, interesting to know that.
Very true.
George has now lost a wing.
And now he's down in P13 right ahead of Callum. Who also, may I just say, didn't mean to start on the softs. So...
that's what they all say, don't they?
Yeah. But if he's actually really telling the truth, then the fact is, would it have worked out if he didn't spin out?
Maybe not. He still would have boxed shortly after that. He probably would have had, 8 seconds better off, so he still would have been stuck in the AIs anyway.
I mean, yeah. Who knows whether, well, will this be, as we say very, very, very rarely, a CK masterclass?
I don't know. I like to see him prove me wrong. But yeah, I just think he's probably too far back. Because if we can say CK masterclass, we can also say a George masterclass for bringing out the safety car.
That is very true. He might have done that unintentionally. Might have been his master plan. But no, we won't get into that because that is a whole nother penalty we will not discuss. But
full faith in the fans of Callum though.
Yeah. Welcome into the DFL race, Riot. I hope you enjoy it. Are you preferring commentating with a live audience, with some live viewers?
Yeah, it's quite nice. Nice change.
Just seeing Evan and Charlie roast Callum alive the whole time.
Yeah, he's been getting the rear end of that, hasn't he?
Absolutely, no one else, just Callum. And as Evan said, it's just some confidence boosting. That's all it is. You got to give them moral support, even if it kind of goes the other way. Still logically moral support.
It's all psychological.
Exactly. Boys, you've done well. You can be my new therapist, because clearly you've worked something out that I haven't. Yeah. Evan said, so you all laughed at me, well, you're not laughing now, are you, afterwards? I will make another TikTok with your name on it, Callum, if you win this race. That is a deal. But we will see what happens. It is lap 18. We should probably get back to talking about DFL here, shouldn't we?
Yeah. I mean, once the safety car's coming in, otherwise we might have another lap talking about something random.
I mean, at least we have something to talk about.
Yeah, we should see at the end of this sector, the safety car's coming in. I would presume it would be. It's been out a little while now. The whole grid is basically formed up again now, so...
What? Why does Charlie say this? He said, Callum, smack it into a wall and I'll give you 30p. Say... Very good advice, but as you say, Preston, the safety car is in this lap. We're about to go racing again, and would you like to take this away as I normally do it?
Sure. I mean, as we can see, Peter's now slowing down the pack a little bit, trying to control the field. He's not going to want to accelerate too fast, because obviously everyone else is going to be just behind him. He's going to try and catch them off guard. And I think he's now going away now. I believe. No, he's still going slow. There we go. Now he's going full throttle. Tried to catch him, but the Red Bulls are literally on the tail of him. He didn't catch him off guard once. Now Harry's got a position to make a move. Oh no, he can't. Did look at it, but kept behind. Gone a little wide there, Peter. Harry's now making a move down the inside. Oh, couldn't quite get it done.
Will he be able to push for it? I mean, I'd say Peter's completely outnumbered here. The Red Bulls can actually work together somewhat here, you know, to get past Peter somehow. You get what I mean? Oh, a yellow sector 1! That's George and Callum! Oh no!
5-second penalty to Callum as well for severe collision.
I didn't see it, so we're gonna have to rely on
I didn't see it either.
I have to rely on footage of George and Callum if they want it investigated.
I can only presume from the penalty given that it was George that was a victim in that.
Yeah, but we both know the game tends to twist it a little bit. Oh, and George's rear went there. He managed to catch it, but his rear definitely went. He's struggling in the rain.
Particularly if he did spin, he might not quite have the grip going around some of those corners. But yeah, he did struggle in qualifying. He's probably going to be struggling in this race, and maybe that was the cause of it. Maybe he was going a bit too slow for Callum's liking, and Callum basically took him out.
I mean, are there any messages on the group chat? I do not see any, but I know we'll be expecting it after this. But Charlie has overtaken Harry now. Was team orders called?
I think there might have slightly been team orders there. At least they didn't fight for it. Charlie went down the inside and Harry basically just let him go. There was no real fight back from him. I think that's just to presume to get Charlie to go up there and get Peter now.
I mean, the fact is, of course, you also have to think about it like this. George, currently in P17, Charlie up in P2. If he can overtake Peter as well, that is 25 points for him once George is getting nothing, which means he closes the gap even more.
Yeah, that's true. It would be good. That's probably why they let him through, to be honest. Harry did give his go, try and get Peter, didn't quite get it off, and yeah, I can only presume that's why he let Charlie through.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, you could say Peter's sort of still getting away, though. That time's not going down.
Yeah, it's not going down, but he knows that, obviously, Peter's on a different setup as well, so it could just take one mistake.
Oh! Sector 3! Oh, that's Pierre Gasly. Who cares about an AI these days? But you were saying, sorry, before I interrupted rudely.
No, just saying that obviously because Peter is on a wheel, Charlie's going to be looking to sort of push him into a mistake, maybe keep the pressure up on him. One spin and he's got the lead again.
Very true. We know that it's easier to recover on controller in Moraine than it is on a wheel. We've seen it in France, was it? Notably?
Yeah, I think so. I think I know the track you're going with. Yeah, I think it was France.
And you can actually all reference that because France is actually out, so that's something. Yeah.
And made up some places as well. Got past George safely this time and got past Carlos as well. But
George potentially coming back at Callum now. No, he's actually losing out to Carlos Sainz. It is the rain showing, finally affecting him.
Possibly. It's not the greatest track as it is, and adding rain just doesn't help it in any way. So maybe that is it. Maybe it's a mix of the track and weather. It's just not a good mix for him.
Fair enough, fair enough. But Callum now getting past your old teammate, that has to Mick Schumacher.
Indeed, yeah. He did throw it down the inside. He's looking to just get as many places as he can. Bearing in mind he does have that penalty now, so it could be revoked maybe if it goes to investigations, but yeah.
I mean, I think we both know that the pit entry penalties will never be taken away unless under serious circumstances, such as the game is completely bugged out. But
Yeah, but that one's not pit entry.
was it
That
not?
was for the severe collision with
Oh
George, remember?
yes, yes. So if it is investigated and turns out it's George's fault, then that penalty will be revoked. He does have a larger penalty then, surely, because or did he serve that?
Yeah, he served it when he was putting the Inters on.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I didn't know. That makes more sense. I've mucked this up. I need to set this back. There we go. But Callum up to P12, where he's looking like he's going to get back into points. However, George is not. He's just been in the pits on the full wets now.
Yeah, I was just about to say that as well. I can see puddles forming on the track, and I would say it wouldn't surprise me if you start looking at full wets now. And as you said, George is now onto the full wets.
Will this be a George Pudding masterclass that we've seen so many times before?
Possibly. He's probably looking for more grip, to be honest. He has been struggling, hasn't he? So yeah, he's going to be looking to try and get as much as he can. But
Can you just run me through what's happened?
I was going to say everyone's boxed for full wets, but Callum has stayed out on the Inters, so that's why you see Callum now up there. George as well, I believe, has stayed out. So yeah, once they've boxed, we'll see a true grid, I believe, again.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, Callum's suffering now on the intermediates, losing time to the AI of George. No, he's not losing time to George Russell. He's making that up, actually.
You just think Peter's leading this race, and he's only 1.7, 1.6 away from Callum.
Yeah.
That's showing the full wets.
That is true. I mean, how far do you think Callum will go down? Oh, a sector 2 here. Yellow sector 2. What's happened? Oh, it's George! And George has gone!
Has he just given up?
I don't know. I didn't even see it.
He's off to the side. I'm just trying to get an angle on his car from the other drivers.
It'll be potentially. Oh, he's gone now, so you won't get it. George Russell has pitted. Callum has not. It's a battle between Peter and Callum now. Callum seems to be holding out.
I'm surprised he's trying to hold out on these tyres.
I mean, Evan did say CK's going to try and ride it out. So, what?
Just, yeah, there goes Peter. That's just the sheer grip you have on those full wets compared to Inters.
No, oh! That's a wing damage. I saw some wing come off of that.
Oh. Yeah, yeah, that's just Peter through now. I think he'll be fine now. And it'll be Charlie coming after him next.
Very true, but I mean, to be fair, I back Callum's plan because right now he's currently in P2. If he can somehow hold this out, he gets a higher position than he would if he pit, and he has to serve a 5-second penalty in the pits.
That's true. It's just going to be about trying to survive this weather. And if the weather doesn't go away, he's just going to fall further down. And with this tyre wear coming into play, he'll lose grip altogether. As you've seen, literally, it's 1 lap, and it was at 10 seconds between him and Charlie.
Oh no, he goes into pits.
There you go. He's going to the pits. Yeah. He lost 5 seconds in 1 lap.
He's going to go so far down now.
Yeah.
Look, he's going to serve his 5-second penalty, which is going to take him down so far. Plus the tyre change, which will take him to P11.
He's going to come up P15. Or P16, rather. Yeah, P15.
Was this a bad decision by Callum to not pit originally when everyone else did?
Possibly. Yeah, he was never going to last on those tyres.
who knows whether Callum can get back up or not. I see Charlie and Evan are definitely hoping so. Clearly some McLaren fans out there, but who knows? Harry, however, back into the points now because of it.
Sorry.
Ooh.
God, I was just saying how Callum bottled it as usual.
Yeah, well, I as a commentator don't are neutral, so I cannot commentate on that. And Harry is bumped straight into the back of Nicholas Latifi there.
Don't lose a win. Don't. We have another safety car again. He's done it again.
Clearly getting it on purpose so Callum can come back up. He wants more competition in the constructors. But the gap between Charlie and Peter, it's just immense.
Yeah, I feel like Charlie's been unfortunate to come out of the pits always behind an AI. I think, yeah, it's really costed him. He's had to then try and fight them, and then, yeah, whilst he's doing that, Peter's just gaining in an open field just to go, really.
Yeah. To be fair, I'd say Peter's done really well this race. Yes, it's probably the pace that's carried him as well, but he's basically been up top most of the race, hasn't he?
He's always had like a double figures in seconds gap to whoever's in second. The only time it really got close again was when there was a safety car.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's without a shadow of a doubt that Peter has won this unless he spins out or something.
Yeah, it's just incredibly dominant, and as things stand, Callum's not getting any points. Peter will get the full 25, and I think he had fastest lap as well, so maybe 26.
Should we check that currently? Fastest lap, yeah, he has fastest lap. So he will get those points as well. Alpine take 4 points here today. Wait,
Oh.
Peter does.
Not Alfie, Peter does, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say George's being there if they don't get any points.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject, ain't it?
Mhm.
But
That's
Callum,
blown the door for title, though.
it has. It's made it even more interesting. I mean, what? Charlie will get right now 18 points. So he will be. He'll go up to just over 200, right? 201. He's on 189 right now. No, not 201. Oh my god. I can't do math.
He'll go to 207.
207. Really?
He gets 18.
So my math would have been off anyway. I was thinking it as you. Oh god, that's awful. Math by me. Oh my god. This is why I did not pass my math. But no, I did. I would have failed it had I actually taken it, but we don't discuss that. But Peter now has 11-second gap on Charlie. Of course, Charlie in P2. Harry in P9 going to get 2 points so far today. Will he be able to get up even more? Who knows? Callum in P12. Can he get back into points? That's the question we're all currently wondering. And George, unfortunately, a DNF here today. Had Jamie been here, what do you think he would have got? Would he got in points?
Yeah, I'd reckon he'd have been up there. We know that he's not too bad in the rain, so possible podium maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to see how it goes, of course, won't we? But I will say, now that we are live streaming these races, the table will not be going according to what's on YouTube, but will be going to what's according to the stream. So it will be caught up to the actual races, so we'll be able to see the current table as it goes by. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You get what I mean. But Callum now within touching distance of the Alpha Atari of Pierre Gasly. If he can overtake Pierre Gasly, he only has a 4.6 second gap to close down to points.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a lot of points, but some points at least.
Even 1 point is better than no points. However, oh! That
Who's
is...
that for?
I think it was Lando Norris. No, it's Carlos Sainz. His wing has gone. I think he collided into the back of Lando Norris from what I could see on the map. And he's just fallen down and his wing is gone.
I still see his wing. Carlos Sainz.
Oh, that's me being stupid. Couldn't see it. Couldn't see it in the rain. This is why I should be a commentator. It looked like on the map that he had stopped. He had stopped. I know he had slowed down, so something had happened. He was right behind Lando, and then he stopped.
Thanks for out the virtual. Maybe it was that, but I don't know why. But we move.
We do. But that is a very clear opportunity for Callum to get back up into points. That's a very clear opportunity for Charlie to overtake Peter. No, it's not, because it's not an actual safety car.
No. Only virtual, so you just lower the pace.
This is why I shouldn't be a DFL commentator.
Mm-hmm.
Callum, do you want a job?
The guy's not going too well for him today.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I mean, we do have Charlie and Evan. I saw Evan suggest earlier a DFL special where it's Charlie, Evan, you and Callum on commentary. Oh, we're Yellow Sector 2! It's Harry! He slowed down or something. I'm not sure what happened, but that was definitely Harry.
Yeah, it is Harry.
He's majorly slowed down, but Nicholas Latifi is just catching up to him like nothing. What the hell is going on with this game? A virtual safety car, which we had no idea what for. Now, Yellow Sector flag with Harry slowing down, but nothing appears to be wrong.
Maybe he just sort of lost his rear end a little bit in the wet conditions.
Possibly. That's not out of reach. It doesn't look like Callum will get points today. It looks like he'll be stuck in a P11, unfortunately, but it is what it is. 3 laps left to go. I personally don't think enough time to catch up.
Yeah, he's got to do, a second a lap, hasn't he? So, second a lap to try and get a point. But it's not been a good day for McLaren at all.
It really hasn't, especially with Lando Norris down in P17. Again, if the question is, as I said to you earlier, had Jamie been here instead of Lando, would it have gone better? Who knows? As you say it would have. I, of course, being an unbiased commentator, cannot give an opinion. But, Evan said, sent all my club in 70k and got Tossie Pies fuming. Oh, unlucky, Evan. But, yeah. But, I mean, Charlie getting second place, though, as we discussed, brings him a championship even more. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's still good for him. He'd want the win, but still good. Good news. That's 18 points gained.
Very true. He'll be loving that. He'll be hoping for George to potentially DNF some more, but whether that'll happen with only 4 races left to go, plus the sprint race. No, 5, plus the sprint. Because we go to Azerbaijan next week.
Yep.
The street circuit of Baku, known for many stuff to happen in the league. Been here every single season, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't miss a beat.
Mm-hmm.
But, not again. Oh, wait, hold up. Callum's really closed his gap.
It has, somehow. Latifi's fallen off from Harry, and he's closed the gap. Maybe there's a bit of... Latifi had a bit of a maybe?
So Latifi's gone really slow. Callum's just catching up like that.
He is.
This could, in fact, be points, at least 1 point here today for Callum. If Callum can overtake Latifi, what's out of the question of catching up to Harry? And a battle there, last minute battle.
Harry's having a moment as well there. Harry's struggling. It wouldn't put it out of reach, but yeah, this is This is all to play for now for points.
Right, so true. I'm just going to quickly say, Evan, I genuinely do not know. I don't know ball knowledge. You should know this by now. I'm very sorry. And Charlie has a message for you, Preston.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Callum, however, struggling to get past Nicholas Latifi. Oh! He's got past him. Nicely done there. By Callum. Up to P10 now.
He's got his point. Now he's after points.
Round of applause for Callum here. Came back up and now was in P10. I'm sorry, Callum. I'm so sorry. I had to. Because of Charlie and Evan in chat, I had to. But it's not out of the question for Callum to still overtake Harry here. Is it possible?
Oh.
Oh?
Could be. I had a look for it. Around the outside, he's off the track. You can't overtake off track. Down the inside, he's thrown it.
Yes!
Yeah, Harry's not really fought for it.
He's finally through. He's up to P9. He's getting points. Only 2 points, but still points. Oh, you gotta be loving this.
Harry's not far off though. Imagine Harry comes and nicks at the end.
I mean, you know, Harry is losing pace. He's still going slow.
Oh yeah.
What has happened to Harry?
Just not confident on the rain.
Potentially, but it is the last lap of the race. And what a great drive it has been by Peter today, hasn't it?
Yeah, you should see 10-second gap is just dominant. Yeah. What else could you say about the performances? He's had a lonely race, hasn't he?
He actually has. I mean, Harry was having a lonely race up until now, but we don't discuss that. Yeah, I mean, just well done by Peter today. I said to him earlier, I guess you all heard, I said, you have 3 consecutive wins. Why couldn't you go out and get a 4th today? Not consecutive, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Adding another to the total.
Exactly. He now overtakes Callum in the championship, so he's in high spirits. Why could he not go for Charlie? Because he's very close to him, only like 50 points off of him, or just above that, 57 now. But I shall let you take it away.
Yeah. And as he goes across to the finish line, he has been dominant display here today. He wins in Portugal. It's incredible from him. George is now left, but yeah, incredible. As you can see, look just how dominant it's been. Only Charlie now goes across the line. It's excellent display from Peter.
Extraordinary, if I must say so myself. But that does mean that Peter does overtake Callum in the championship. Charlie closes the gap on the championship. Could we be seeing in the final 5 and a sprint races left, the championship intensifying even more? Possibly.
We would like to see that.
We absolutely would, but well done to Peter today on the win, as you said. Brilliant ending, by the way, I must say. But but driver of the day, you called it, Evan. Callum gets driver of the day, absolutely deserved. We'll be right back with the podium. And now, here comes Peter. For the 4th time in his DFL career, not just season 4, but his entire DFL career, on the podium in P1 with Charlie on his left in P2 and Yuki Tsunoda on his right. Brilliant win by Peter today, wouldn't you say so, Preston?
Yeah, well and brilliant. It was, as you said, extraordinary.
Don't you worry, Callum, we will review that. I just need the footage from you and George, and we'll see what happens. But brilliant win by Peter today, and we'll be right back to you with the leaderboard in a second. And here you are for your Portuguese Grand Prix leaderboard. You have Peter taking P1, Charlie in P2, then we drop down a bit to Callum in P9, Harry in P10. Unfortunately, George did DNF it today, closing the championship even more for Charlie today.